don't wear this or that. Today I am sharing with you 10 items that you should not wear on days that you are traveling so that you can stay comfortable, clean, and healthy. Let's go. Hey y'all, and welcome. If you're new here, I'm Christy the Gen X Gypsy, helping you to travel better so you can focus on making unforgettable memories. Today we are talking all about the things that you should not be wearing on your travel days. And this advice will apply whether you are traveling by air, taking a long road trip, or perhaps you are going somewhere on a train. I'm a little jealous if you're going on a train. I love trains. So these items are by no means an extensive list of everything that you should avoid wearing. However, they are my top 10. And just because they're on this list does not mean that I don't think you should pack them for your trip at all. In fact, there are several items I'm going to talk about that I definitely would pack for trips on different occasions. Our first item is anything that is binding. I'm especially talking about shapewear here. So your Spanx, your underwire bras, or even a super tight pair of jeans. Those are just things that aren't needed on travel days. They're going to make you super uncomfortable. And if you're flying, there's a phenomenon called jet bloat, which means that you basically swell while you are flying. You get a little more gassy than you do at normal ground level. And if you have something on that's super tight, it's just going to get more and more uncomfortable as the day goes on. And when you're sitting in a car or on a train for a long period of time, the same thing applies, without the added gassiness. Number 2 might be a little obvious, and that is to not wear a romper or a jumpsuit on your travel days. I know jumpsuits are all the rage right now, and I think they're super cute. By all means, bring them to wear at a different time on your trip, but do not wear them on your travel days. You are going to be using public restrooms, whether you are flying, driving, or training. You're gonna have to get basically completely naked in order to use the bathroom. Just not a good idea. Between the fact that your outfit might be touching all the things in the stall in the public bathroom, you might accidentally dip a sleeve in the toilet, and I mean, who wants that? Just don't do it. Number 3, anything white. Now, I love my white jeans just as much as the next person, and I do pack my white jeans for spring and summer all the time. However, I have found that anytime I wear something white, I immediately become a magnet for something to get spilled on it. It's just hard to keep clean on those travel days, and I know you can bring the little Tide pins or a little extra thing of detergent so you could wash your stuff in the sink, but you may as well save yourself the trouble. Just don't wear your white items on your travel days and save them for other times during your trip. You're gonna hear me say that a lot, like with our next item, which is to not wear short shorts on your travel days. And I'm not just talking super short denim shorts a la Daisy Dukes. I'm talking any short that is shorter than a 5-inch inseam. Now, I love my shorts, and I know I have shared before that I think that my legs are one of my better attributes. So I like to show them off in a pair of shorts every once in a while, but I will not wear them on travel days. When you are going through the airport, there are a lot of plastic seats and pleather seats that you're going to be sitting on that other people have sat on and sweated and left, residue. They are cleaning the airports and airplanes a lot better now, but there's still stuff there. Plus, you're gonna get sweaty and sticky on the bottom of your legs. And that applies to if you're traveling in a car with leather interior as well. It's just more comfortable to wear something that at least comes down to maybe the back of your knees so that the bottom of your legs is covered up. Those leather seats in that car can get really hot sometimes. And for number 5, we're gonna go in the opposite direction. Don't wear your maxi dresses or your maxi skirts on your travel days. Much like the romper and the jumpsuit issues when you're using facilities in public restrooms, there's a lot of material that you have to deal with, right? You got to pull everything up and you got to hold it up, and things might, dip down into the toilet. And when you're in tight quarters, like a train on a plane, like a bathroom on a plane or a bathroom on a train, your really tight quarters, your dress and your skirt are just going to rub up against a lot of different things, possibly bringing germs with you that you don't want to have. Number 6, lace-up shoes. Now, the obvious reason not to travel with lace-up shoes is going through security at the airport, right? It's kind of a pain in the butt that you have to like untie them and take them off, put them in the bin, put them back on when you get on the other side of security. I have a couple of different reasons that I don't like to travel with lace-up shoes. The first one goes back to the jet bloat issue, because your feet are going to swell on that plane as well. And I find that lace-up shoes tend to be a little tighter wearing than some of my loafers or slip-on shoes do. And they just get really uncomfortable. I find after a while, no matter how I'm traveling in a plane or a car, the lace area across the top of my foot just starts to really bind on my foot and becomes really uncomfortable. I find that for long periods of time, wearing something that's a more comfortable slip-on shoe, it just gets you through the day a little bit better. My second reason is when I'm going on long trips, road trips that is, I like to tuck my feet up under me or sit cross-legged in the seat sometimes, and I just like to be able to slip my shoes on and off in order to do that. Now, going back in the opposite direction, number 7 is to not wear high heels. Now, I feel like the not wearing high heels or high wedges seems to be pretty self-explanatory, but if you need a couple of reasons, number 1 is that when you are going through an airport, there is a real chance that you might have to run through the airport to catch your plane. If you are wearing high heels or wedges, there's a real possibility you could end up tripping and falling and twisting an ankle or something even worse. The second reason goes back to the whole foot swelling thing. I think high heels and wedge sandals just become more uncomfortable the more swollen your feet become. And that applies again whether you are flying or you are driving. You'll just want to pack those shoes away and save them for the trip later on. Or in the case of what I'm doing these days, don't take them with you at all. I've just found I don't end up wearing the heels or wedges when I go on vacation because I'm doing so much walking around and they are a little more uncomfortable. Now, if I know there's something special I'm going to, of course I will bring them, but they take up a lot of room for a special occasion shoe. Now, if some of you out there have found a really comfortable high heel or wedge that you would totally travel in, I'd love to hear what it is because I'd like to try it out. If you guys are enjoying this information so far, could you take a second, give it a thumbs up? It does make a difference. And if you know someone else who might enjoy this information, be sure to share it because sharing is caring. Now, the next 3 items are definitely a little more geared towards if you are flying. Number 8 is to make sure you don't wear any sequins or metallic threaded shirts or sweaters when you are flying because it will set off the scanner that you have to go through for security. And the last thing you want on your trip is to become really good friends with that TSA agent when they wand you down because they get pretty close up. And number 9, similar to that, don't wear big belt buckles or anything with excessive zippers on it. I know the trend has been lately to have a lot of zippers on sleeves or on pockets on jackets or even skirts. Save those items in your baggage to wear later on your trip again. Just don't wear them on your travel day, especially if you are flying, because again, you're going to become really friendly with that TSA agent. And lastly, number 10 is really an item that you should not wear more for the comfort of the people you are traveling with than necessarily your comfort. And that is to save your perfume and cologne to wear once you get to wherever you are traveling to. Unless you want to be sitting next to somebody whose eyes are weeping and their nose is running and they're sneezing excessively, which we all know you don't actually want to be near right now, right? Save those scents for when you get to where you're going. And I'll say that does apply to road trips as well, because if you're traveling with a bunch of friends, you may have somebody or a couple of somebodies who are allergic to perfumes. So be respectful and save those scents for when you get to where you're going. And if you're looking for some inspiration on what to wear on your travel day, check out this video next. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate you all, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.